Hello my lovelies, in today's video I'm sharing with you my 20 all-time favorite perfumes. I test all perfumes all the time because this is what I do for a living and I've got a huge collection of perfumes, but these are the ones that I go back to. They are just the cult favorites for me. They are the ones that I can't live without. I've categorized them into a couple of categories. One is fresh fragrances, one is heavy hitters, you'll soon know what it is, and one of potential signature worthy perfumes that are my all-time favorites. Let's start with the fresh category. First up is my favorite Chanel Chance Eau Tendre Eau de Toilette from Chanel, of course. This perfume I have repurchased a couple of times. It used to be my signature scent. It's one of those that I believe anybody can wear it and be absolutely just smelling so good. It's super versatile. It smells really innocently pretty. This perfume is super fresh, floral, just beautiful, delicate. It's so pretty. It reminds me of this like your skin but better sort of a scent. It smells different on everybody, and that's what I love about it as well, because you can really make it you. And it's one of the scents that men also find incredibly attractive and sexy, but this is not like a dark vampy scent. It's very like everyday. You can wear it every single day. I really enjoy it, but also wear it on a date. So to me, this is like, I can wear it literally everywhere. It's one of those all-time favorites. Next up is another freshie that I adore and I recommend to everybody. It's Delina La Rosee from Parfums de Marly. The bottle is stunning. I wear this Delina by far the most out of all the Delinas. This is just super fresh, rosy but watery, rosy and fresh. I think this is much more of a wearable Delina than the original. I've got 2 bottles of it. This one is nearly halfway done. I just gravitate towards it all the time, although I've got many fresh fragrances. There is something about this one that is just good. It's so good. I guarantee if you buy it, you won't stop wearing it for a while. You'll be addicted to it. You'll get compliments for it everywhere you go. This is the sort of impression that this fragrance gives. Next up, we've got a newer, fresh favorite, and to me, this is Prada Paradoxe. I adore this new release from Prada. I mean, Prada, hear me. Make a more intense version of it. That would be super fun to have as well. But this freshie, it's floral, it's girly, it's super long lasting, it's white florals. Have I mentioned that already? I don't know. But I love this scent so much. Although I've got so many more niche fragrances in my collection, this designer scent just kills it. There is something so youthful and just easy to wear. Perfect for every day. Everybody will absolutely love this. Like, it's a perfect gifting fragrance. If you want to gift somebody a perfume, this, no brainer. Another freshie that I adore, it's Arancia de Sicilia from Perris Montecarlo. This scent is just glorious. I discovered it in like a random sample set that I ordered and I was just like, whoa, this is so good. This is a freshie, but with a difference. It's blood orange, sort of a fresh fragrance. And this blood orange is so good. It's got a bit of dark chocolate in there, but it's still a very fresh fragrance. But this dark chocolate just gives it a bit more depth, a bit more intensity, and it just smells so realistic. You feel like you're in Italy, somewhere in the summer under like blood orange trees. It's absolutely just incredible, really great if you love your fresh citrusy scents. This is number 1. Next freshie that is on this list is Tender Light by Estée Lauder. I guarantee that you'll love it. It's one of those freshies that is white florals but very delicate, more of a green white floral rather than sweet. It's got a tiny bit of sweetness, but it's very like you're just like in a beautiful garden surrounded by white florals. It's really intense but still very radiant and light. There's something about this one that will just make you fall in love with it. I don't love many fragrances with this sort of DNA, but this one, for some reason, like I can literally wear it any sort of weather, any day. This is a perfume that just always will find a place in my rota because it's just so good and so easy to wear. Perfect all year round. Another fresh scent to me, because not for everybody this will be a fresh scent, but to me this is one of the freshest scents in my collection, believe it or not. It's Hermes Violette Volynka. This is an exclusive Hermes line, and this scent, holy moly. If you love violets and leather scents, oh, this is so good. This is like your leather bag, but together with this like perma violet sort of a sweet scent. It's so intoxicating, so different. This is a scent that is not for everybody, so you have to love leather, I think, a lot, but this is a uplifted leather scent, really intense. Longevity is great as well, and it's one of my all-time favorites. It just feels like comfort to me, and perhaps I should wear it today. Okay, now let's go to the heavy hitters category. I've called them heavy hitters because they are really intense fragrances. So if you love a fragrance that just gives you a confidence boost, it's really intense, you walk into a room and you want to be smelled, this is the sort of a heavy hitter that I'm talking about. And one of those is Atomic Rose by Initio. This scent is so rich, that's what I would say about it. It's a rose, but it's a very dark chocolate, intense, spiky rose. This is like you're going to like an underground secret bar and it's very dark. There's only like little bits of light everywhere and the atmosphere is like really thick and you're getting a boozy drink. This is a sort of very edgy, mysterious sort of a rose, really sexy, seductive, also projects a lot. So if you want this sort of a scent, then go for this. This reminds me like of Delina, but made much more moody. So if you like the original Delina, then this one is definitely different enough. Try it out, it's so good. Next heavy hitter is an earthy tobacco scent, and it's Magenta Tanzanite from Armani. This is one of my all-time favorites from Armani Privé line. Absolutely delicious, earthy, very dark cocoa nibs, and then amazing, a little bit of patchouli, very spicy. It's got some of the Christmas spices as well. It's one of those tobaccos that is very unisex. It doesn't lean heavily masculine. It is very nicely done for a tobacco scent, and to me this just smells beautiful, really unique, high quality, and this, no kidding, but will give you crazy compliments. That's what I've experienced with this fragrance. There's something about it that just makes people really comment on it. So if you want a really unique, beautiful, earthy tobacco scent, then this one is absolutely fabulous. Next up, another heavy hitter is Tonka Cola by Mancera. This scent does smell like the name of it. It's Tonka, so like a vanilla bean, and Coca-Cola. It's very sparkling at the top, so you've got this, like when you open a can of Coca-Cola, you've got this fizz, this caramel, sort of a fun citrusy opening as well. This is what it has, and it's got a beautiful smooth caramelly tonka bean that just will just warm your heart. This is a perfect scent for fall, winter. Smells really golden, I would say. It does really smell golden. It smells like fall, golden leaves. It's perfect sweater weather sort of a fragrance, and it's a very intense experience, but a fun one. Next up, if you may be like a bit more of a traditional heavy hitter, you don't like fancy Coca-Cola notes, you want something just really beautiful, ambery, woody, smoky, then Encens Soif from Matière Première might be your go-to pick. This is an absolute masterpiece. It's a very smoky and woody sort of a ambery vanilla. It's so good. It's so multifaceted. It's a real experience when you wear it. It's so high quality. You can literally see the amount of oil in the perfume when you spray it onto the skin. It's one of those that if you love like your heavier, denser fragrances, you have to experience. It's absolutely insane. It's just stunning, and you have to try it. Next heavy hitter is Oud Satin Mood from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. This is the eau de parfum, and I would say I love both, but my all-time favorite just swings between the Extrait and this one. It's hard to just pick a favorite, but this is an oud perfume, but it's a very pretty, sophisticated French oud perfume. It's rose and oud. It's super smooth, velvety, sweet without being too sweet. It's cocooning. It's definitely very upscale, luxurious sort of a scent. It's super intense. You only need 2 sprays of this to be smelled all day. I mean, it's so incredibly strong, and to me this is like my gateway to oud fragrances, because I wasn't a fan before, but this is your very pretty, very proper oud. It doesn't have any animalicness, all of that. It's just not screaming at you. It's more of like a gentle touch. So I would recommend, if you are getting into oud, or if you maybe have experienced oud and you were like, oh, I don't like it, try this one, because it's not what you think, and it's this super great masterpiece. And another heavy hitter, this one is a cult favorite. This one is just the holy grail for the perfume industry. It's Fève Délicieuse from Dior, from the exclusive line. They have just brought it back. They have changed the formula, I believe, but they have brought it back now, so you can purchase it again. This was like nowhere to be found for a while. This fragrance does smell like fall again, like fall leaves. It's very golden. It's slightly nutty, slightly chocolatey. It's this tonka bean that is very refined, kind of like a 5-star sort of dessert. It's not a sweet vanilla that you just like, oh, you can't eat this because this is like a sweetness bomb. This is like when you go to a 5-star restaurant and the desserts are not sickly sweet. They're never sickly sweet. They're just always like almost like on the verge of not being a dessert, you know what I mean? This is that sort of a sweetness, very refined, very just level-headed, like a master perfumer just came in and said, oh yeah, we want a vanilla, but we want an ambery vanilla that isn't what people expect us to put out. And it's absolutely gorgeous, really intense, kind of has that vanilla play-doughy smell as well, which is very unique and very comforting. Okay, and now for the signature-worthy perfumes that are my all-time favorites. First up is Amouage Guidance. It's a newer release, but I know that everybody who has purchased it from my recommendations, they have wrote me back saying, I love this perfume. There is something about this that is just magnificent. This is my most complimented perfume by far this year. It just like coffee shop, like people just behind the counter at the post office, people just love this perfume, and it's a very unusual perfume together with a super likable DNA. This smells fruity, clean, a bit tart, but rounded and creamy. It's such a different perfume, but at the same time you smell it and you're just comforted because you've smelled like similar notes before, but never quite put into a concoction like this. Very unique, super strong as well, clean and perfect for everyday, signature worthy. I just have to have it in my collection. I love it so much. Next, if you've been a fan of this channel, you probably know this fragrance because I keep talking about it, and it's Zerjo of Starlight, Shooting Stars. This perfume is just a wow fragrance. It's radiant, it's super bright and honey, a bit of coriander, bit of white chocolate. It's really intense but really airy. Longevity is insane, and it's one of those scents that you'll smell and you'll be like, whoa, I have never smelled anything like this, but I love it. It's truly unique, smells very radiant, like I said, like shooting stars. I get that. It's very celestial. It's just like very uplifting, and it's one that if you love like sweeter fragrances but light sweet, this is just gorgeous. And this, if you make it your signature scent, I guarantee that people will like think of you when they smell this, but at the same time it's unique enough so that it can be only your signature scent. It won't be like everybody else is smelling like this. Next signature worthy scent is Initio, another Initio on this list, Rehab. This fragrance is really unique in the way that it's powdery and very calming in a clean zen way. This is like your spa scent, but like a powdery scent with lavender and tobacco that is very smooth, and you feel like if you put this on, everything will be okay. It's just so enchanting. It's like a little spell, like you're in a book, in a children's book, and it's all like white outside, it's snowing, and this is like the queen of the snowy mountains, and she's coming and like putting a spell on you, and you're just very calm and happy. This is that sort of a scent, super unique, and totally just like puts a spanner in the works. Next up, we've got Gris Charnel from BDK. This is a very feminine, beautiful scent. It's sandalwood and beautiful figs, really gentle. It's like an essence of a woman, I would say, this scent. My husband calls it like the most beautiful womanly scent in the world. Like this is his #1 perfume that he's obsessed with. It's just got that effect. It's really, really stunning. Next up, we've got Tom Ford fragrance Soleil Blanc Eau de Parfum. This is one of those scents that is very summery, but at the same time, it's creamy enough to be worn as a signature scent. To me, it's coconutty. It's kind of like a suntan lotion sort of a scent, but made into a perfume form. To me, this is very nutty, coconutty. I want to eat it. It's so good. I could even wear it during the winter time because of that creaminess. It's just so moreish. The only downside is the longevity of this one, so you have to just bite the bullet and reapply it, but it's absolutely stunning. It smells like a luxurious French Riviera sort of a hotel inside. It's just, oh, gorgeous. Next up, we've got Diptyque fragrance, and it's Eau Duelle, Eau de Toilette. This scent to me is very memorable. That's why I've put it here. I know that it had like its hype days. I don't think it's as hyped anymore, but I still love it. It's spicy, light French vanilla perfume that again isn't too sweet. You can really wear it all year round, but it's perfect for this fall and winter time because of that warmth, that spiciness, bit of herbalness or herbal essence. I don't know how to say, but there's herbal facets in here as well. This is a vanilla perfume that everybody will love, even if they hate vanilla, because of that unique freshness and spiciness. Another signature worthy scent that is my all-time favorite is Hypnotic Poison Eau de Toilette by Dior. This scent is what made me fall in love with perfume. It's an experience when you wear it. It's minty and then play-doh-y oriental vanilla. I know that not everybody gets this mintiness, but I totally get this mintiness, and I'm glad that some of you commented in my previous videos saying that, yeah, somebody who gets the spearmint. It's totally there. I get you, I get it. And it's one of those that is like the scent that really moves and changes, and it's a whole experience. It's very vampy. It's kind of like smoky, almost like cigarette smoke in there, like red heels appropriate sort of a scent. A very specific, I think, very specific person would have to have this as their signature scent, but it is worth it, and it's totally like a amazing perfume. And another perfume that is signature worthy is Cacao. It is Cacao Porcelana from Atelier and Materi. This is the Eau de Parfum, and this scent is a patchouli tiramisu. It's beautifully powdery like cocoa that goes on top of tiramisu, and it's not what you think. It's tiramisu, but it's not that sweet. It's very earthy, this fragrance. The patchouli makes it nice and I think very moody and kind of green smelling. It's also got this creaminess that I think is supposed to resemble the cream in the tiramisu. Such a unique fragrance, but don't expect this to be like a full-blown gourmand scent. It is gourmand, but more of like on the earthier side of gourmand, I would say. Totally stunning, something that is one of the most unique fragrance profiles in my collection. So I think it totally could be a signature scent. Let me know one all-time favorite perfume that you yourself have down in the comments, and I'll link all of these of course for you down in the description so you can go and get the best deals for them. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.